Hello friends, welcome to this session on C MCQs. So let us take a look at this question. So it says that int main and then you have given int n, and for n is equal to 7, n is not equal to 0, we are doing n minus minus, okay? So we are decrementing n, and then inside the loop, okay, what the loop is doing, it is printing the value of n, okay? So n is equal to %d, and what it is printing n minus minus, okay? So this is the code, okay, and we have to predict what is going to be the output of this. So I would recommend that you pause your video and you just do a dry run of the code, okay, and please tell me what is the output of this. So I hope you have gone through this, and let's see what the output is going to be. So this is going to go into an infinite loop, all right? Why? Because you see that the condition, okay, in the for loop, okay, is n is not equal to 0. So as long as n is not equal to 0, okay, we will enter the for loop and we will execute the statement of printf. But now, when we will get out of the loop? So we will get out of the loop when the value of n becomes 0, okay? So as long as n is not equal to 0, we will keep entering the loop and printing. So the problem in this code is that we will never get n is equal to 0. So the loop will continue executing on and on and on, all right? So let me just show it to you first, and then we will do a dry run. So let me run this code, and you see, right, I'm hitting a control C now, okay, because it's gone into an infinite loop, and you see that the values are getting printed like this. So what I will do now is I will tell you, okay, why this happened. So let's go line by line. So first line says int n, okay, so we have taken a variable n, and then for n is equal to 7, n is not equal to 0, n minus minus. So in this for loop, okay, what will happen? First we will initialize n is equal to 7, okay, so n becomes 7, okay, let me write it here. Okay, so n, value of n is 7. We check n is not equal to 0. Yes, n is not equal to 0. So we enter the for loop. In the for loop, we are printing n is equal to %d. Okay, and what is this %d? It is n minus minus. So whenever you have n minus minus, what will happen? First, okay, the value of n will be used, and after that, the value of n will be decremented by 1. So now it will print n is equal to 7. After printing n is equal to 7, okay, what it will do? It will decrement the value of n by 1. So what is the value of n now? N is equal to 6. Now it will execute the n minus minus operation, okay, in the for loop. So now what will happen? The value of n becomes 5. Now after this, we go back to the condition. Is n not equal to 0? Yes, n is equal to 5. So this condition is true, n is not equal to 0. We enter the loop, okay, and we print n is equal to %d, and %d is n minus minus. So what it will print? So it's going to print n is equal to 5, okay. So let me write it down here. N is equal to 5 will get printed, okay. Then n is equal to 5. After this, minus minus operation will be done. So what will happen? The value of n will decrement by 1. So now the value of n is 4. Then we execute the this third operation in the for loop, which is n minus minus. So the value of n will again be decremented by 1. So value of n becomes 3. Now check the condition. N not equal to 0. Yes, n is equal to 3. So n is not equal to 0. Condition is true. We enter the for loop, and we print n is equal to %d, which is n minus minus. So now this is going to print n is equal to 3. Okay, fine. So it will print n is equal to 3, and then it will do the minus minus operation. So value of n becomes 2. Fine. Now we go back to the for loop to the third operation, which is n minus minus. Okay, so the value of n becomes 1. Okay, then check the condition. N is not equal to 0. Yes, 1 is not equal to 0. Condition is true. We enter the for loop and we print. So we print n is equal to 1. Okay, then we execute the minus minus operation, okay, here. So that will decrease the value of n to 0. And then we go to the for loop, okay, which is the third operation, n minus minus. So that will again decrement the value of n from 0 to minus 1. And then we check n is not equal to 0. Yes, n is not equal to 0. N is minus 1, okay. So the condition is true. Enter the for loop, and then we are going to print n is equal to minus 1, right? n is equal to minus 1 will get printed, and after that we will do minus minus operation. So the value of n will become minus 3, right? Sorry, it will become minus 2. And then we execute the third operation in the for loop. So n minus minus. So value of n will be further decremented by 1. So it will become minus 3. N is not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. Okay, minus 3 is not equal to 0. So we will go inside the for loop and we will print n is equal to minus 3. Right? So you see that the condition, okay, to get out of the loop was n equal to 0. But n equal to 0 never happened only. Okay, we did not get the value of n to be 0. Okay. So every time the values of n were these, okay, 7, 5, 3, 1, minus 3 and so on. So 0 never came. So the loop will go on executing, okay, and the program is going to crash ultimately. So that's how we solve this question, and thanks for watching and see you in the next video.